SBA Publications.
Hello students, how are you all? I am Vedika here with another chapter of literature. That is our chapter number 9. And the name of the chapter is Mother Teresa. I hope you have heard the name of Mother Teresa so many times. But do you know about her or not? Let us read about her in the chapter. Mother Teresa was the youngest of 3 children of an Albanian born on August 26, 1910 in Skopje, Macedonia. So, she was born on 26th of August 1910 and she was born in the family of an Albanian and she was the youngest of 3 children. Okay, she was the youngest. She felt that August 27, 1910, the day of her baptism, was her true birthday. So, on 26th August she was born, but on 27th August was the day when she was baptized and it was the day that she considered her true birthday. That means she was a true Christian. At the age of 18, she joined the Order of the Sisters of Our Lady of Loreto, which is a religious institute in Ireland. So, at the age of 18 years old, she joined a religious institute in Ireland and the name of the institute was the Order of the Sisters of Our Lady of Loreto. Alright? Now, she trained in Dublin where the mother house of the Loreto sisters was located. So, she was trained in Dublin. She accepted nunhood. She chose the name of Sister Teresa in memory of the Saint Teresa of Lisieux. Now, when someone becomes a nun, they change their name also. So, she chose the name of Sister Teresa. So, at first she was named Sister Teresa, although now we call her Mother Teresa. You will know her about this later on. So, she chose this name after the name of a saint whose name was Teresa of Lisieux. Alright? In December 1928, she began her journey to India and continued to Darjeeling at the base of the Himalayan mountains, where she would continue her training towards her religious vows. Now, in December 1928, she began her journey to India. She came to India and she continued to Darjeeling, and the way she chose was Himalayan mountains. So, she entered India and through Himalayan mountains, she continued to Darjeeling and where she was continuing her training towards her religious vows, as she had taken some vows. Vows means shapat or pledge. So, for that she continued in India. Soon after, on January 6, 1928, she arrived in Calcutta, the capital of Bengal, India, to teach at a school for girls. So, at 1928, on January 6, she came in Calcutta where she was about to teach in a school for girls. While in Calcutta, she was moved by the presence of the sick and dying on the city's stress. Although she came to Calcutta to teach girls, but she was moved by the presence of the sick people. There were many people who were sick at that time. So she was moved by it. She was a bit sad for them. She was feeling sad for them, sympathy for them. On September 10, 1946, on the long train ride to Darjeeling, where she was to go on a retreat and to recover from suspected tuberculosis, something happened. So, on September 10, 1946, she was going to Darjeeling on a retreat and to recover from suspected tuberculosis. So, she was in the search of the treatment of tuberculosis. So, at that time, tuberculosis was a very huge disease. Something happened at that time. What happened? Mother Teresa recalls, I realized that I had the call to take care of the sick and the dying, the hungry, the naked, the homeless, to be God's love in action to the poorest of the poor. That was the beginning of the missionaries of charity. Now, at that time, she realized that she has to help these people who are in need, who are poor, who don't have clothes to wear, who don't have food to eat. So, she decided to help them. So, at that time, that was the beginning of missionaries of charity. Okay? She didn't hesitate. She didn't question. She asked permission to leave the Loreto congregation and to establish a new order of sisters. So at that time she decided to leave what she was doing and to establish a new order of sisters. At that time she decided to do something new to help these people. She received that permission from Pope Pius XII. So, Pope is the head of the church who gives permissions or allows sisters to do what they're doing. So, at that time, she got permission to do this from Pope Pius XII. In 1952, Mother Teresa and her missionaries of charity began the work for which they have been noted ever since. And after that, in 1952, she and her missionaries of charity, they began to work what they had decided earlier. Her order received permission from Calcutta officials to use a portion of the abandoned temple of Kali, the Hindu goddess of transition and destroyer of demons. So, then she received the permission to use this abandoned temple. That temple of Ma Kali was abandoned. It was not being used. So, she took its part to do her charity. Mother Teresa founded here the Kali Ghat home for the dying, which she named Nirmal Hriday, meaning pure heart. So, there she founded Kali Ghat home. So, she found a home place for the people who were dying of diseases and she named it Nirmal Hriday, that means pure heart. She and her fellow nuns gathered dying people off the streets of Calcutta and brought them to this home to care for them during the days before they died. So, after that, after establishing that home, she and her nuns, they collected the people who were dying on the street, the people who didn't have any place to be at the time when they were dying. They brought them to this place and took care of them until they died. Mother Teresa's first orphanage was started in 1953. She also started an orphanage in 1953. In 1957, she and her missionaries of charity began working with lepers. She called them tabernacles. So, lepers is a kind of a disease, people who are suffering with a disease that is leprosy. Later, she established hundreds of such homes. She called them tabernacles in the word. So, she called them the homes tabernacles. Following a prolonged illness, Mother Teresa passed away on September 5, 1997. So, she herself was ill from a very long time, and following that illness, she also died on September 5th of 1997. So that was the life of Mother Teresa that we have just read about. I hope you must be very inspired and very happy to see a person who does not belong to a country coming to the country and helping the poor and the dying people. So that's it for the chapter. Now let's read the vocabulary. First is charity. Charity means money raised to help the needy. Money raised to help the needy. Next is retreat, that is moving back. Moving back. Transition means process of changing from one state to another. एक स्टेट से दूसरी स्टेट में बदलना is transition. Kali Ma is also called the goddess of transition, to change one state from another. Prolonged is continued for a long time. That is something that lasts for a long time or continues from a very long time. So that's it for your chapter. I hope you will be able to do the exercise on your own on the basis of the chapter, which was very informative for you people. So that's it for today. I hope you will be performing well in the chapter. Keep on practicing. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.